regarding this case. What we have right now is at approximately 4:30 this afternoon. Officers were talking to an individual, actually approached an individual up in Lincoln County in Hawk Point.
We are taking you live right now to a live press conference. The baby girl has been found, the perpetrator identified and shot.
He pulled out a gun and shot himself. At that point, he was transported for medical attention. I don't know his condition at this time. I really do not have that information. I can tell you, though, a bit more information. There was a dark-colored vehicle there at this residence, if you will. I can't get into any more detail other than that. I know we released a lot of details about that car, such as wheel covers and loud mufflers and things like that. But right now, that's considered evidence, that vehicle. But I will tell you, it's a dark-colored passenger car. Rick, you have anything else you like to add?
Well, you know, obviously 8 hours ago we had a press conference and we said we were going to work very hard with a lot of different law enforcement agencies, and we have. And we're still going to continue that investigation. This was an individual of person of interest, call him a suspect. It's an individual we wanted to talk to, and we can't at this point. So our investigation is going to continue. We need to get evidence from that vehicle, if there is any. We need to find out the actions and the whereabouts of this individual prior to him shooting himself. And we're not going to stop the investigation just because one of the individuals we wanted to talk to shot himself. We're still continuing this investigation. We still would entertain any leads or any information that someone wanted to call us, and it's still the same number at 889-2341.
Is this just coincidence that there's a major K-Squad investigation going on into another homicide in the exact same town? Do you have any concern that maybe this guy had something to do with that, or is that just our concoction?
I don't think we're ruling out anything at this time. Everything's still on the table. Obviously, this investigation is still ongoing. I know this child came up missing several days ago, but to be honest with you, we still got a lot of work to do here. We're still pretty much at the foothills of this investigation, and we'll get to the top of the hill, but it's going to take a little bit more time. Everything's still on the table.
Can you confirm that this Paul Serling Smith is the person of interest you're talking about?
No, I cannot confirm that.
Can you confirm that this person is a sex offender, whoever it is?
I cannot confirm that either. I cannot individually confirm that through my independent knowledge of that. I really don't know.
Can you talk about what led police to approach him at this location?
They were there to talk to him about the abduction case.
What brought them to that point? How did they find him?
I'm not sure. Do you know how they approached it?
Well, investigation, actually, we received dozens and dozens of tips. And one of the tips gave us information on an individual driving the car that we thought we were looking for. And it was information that we thought was good. We had the address of the individual, so it was at that point that we sent officers up there to talk to him. Like I said, he was a person of interest in this investigation at the time the officers approached. It was at that time that he apparently shot himself.
Did they have any opportunity to talk to him, or did he just shoot himself right away?
My understanding is, and like I said, they have a separate investigation going on up there in Lincoln County, but my understanding is as the officers approached, this individual pulled out a gun and shot himself. So there was no conversation my understanding at least.
No, as far as I know, as soon as they approached him, yeah, he pulled out a gun and shot himself. There was no confrontation or anything like that.
Was he inside the house, or was he already outside the house?
I believe he was outside the house, near the vehicle.
Yeah, it's still an active crime scene at this time, and Lincoln County is up there investigating that incident, and they're going to send us information. That's why we can't confirm anything at this time, because you know, we have to wait. We have to move slow on this to make sure we're accurate if we release the information. And we do not have confirmation yet on this individual's identity or his involvement with our original investigation.
Chief Hughes, could we get you to step up to the mic for a minute? Yeah. Can you give us your reaction to what's transpired in the last 48 hours in this case?
The only thing that I would really want to comment on is that Alisa's back and she's safe. I don't want to say anything that would interfere with this investigation. And that's really all I can say about it.
You've got to be thrilled that you may have already identified a primary suspect.
I can't speak anything about the investigation that's ongoing.
Sergeant Nelson, you talked about the fact, are you still looking for a dark-colored vehicle? Should the people still be on the lookout?
Definitely, yeah. Everything's still on the table. We're not saying this is our suspect. We're saying he's a person of interest. Therefore, we'll take any tip, any lead, anything we have on anybody that has any information regarding that little girl's abduction.
Can you recap the development in Lincoln County tonight?
Recap it, about 4:30, officers approached a residence where a dark-colored vehicle was parked. attempted to contact this person. This individual pulled out a gun and shot himself. That's pretty much all we know at this time.
The vehicle, though, potentially, I guess, suspect vehicle or match for the one being described since Alicia's abduction.
Well, I don't know if it's a perfect match, but I do know it's a dark-colored vehicle, and that's all we put out originally was a dark-colored vehicle. So I don't know if that means it's dark green, dark brown, or black, but it was a dark-colored vehicle.
What about the description of the man who shot himself? Was that a close match or somewhat match?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the guy. I don't know. I don't have a description of him, so I really can't answer that.
White man in his 20s, dark and all that stuff.
Don't know that. Yeah, remember, this is evidence. This vehicle's evidence, so we're not going to rush in there and start.
Yeah, my understanding is the vehicle was quarantined, and the officers did not go inside the vehicle, did not start the vehicle, did not do any of that confirmation for us. We're going to have to process that vehicle because obviously there may be some forensic evidence inside.
Were these county officers that made initial contact?
My understanding is that we called out and we had different groups going out to different locations, so I'm not sure which group of officers actually confronted this individual. But we had several leads, good leads. We had several teams out there, trying to find several different individuals. So I'm not sure who the actual officers were. They weren't St. Louis County police officers, but they may have been Lincoln County officers or
I'm not sure what agencies they were from.
Can you tell us how many persons of interest you have in this case?
Not right now, no.
More than one?
We have good leads at this point. Like I said, this person was definitely someone we wanted to talk to, but right now we don't want to say he was the only one.
Did this person live where the shooting happened? Is that his residence?
I'm not sure if that's his residence or not. I believe it could have been, but I can't speak on that for sure.
But it was at a residence?
Yeah, it was at a residence, yeah, there in Hawk Point.
And was he working on the car at the time when they came up?
I don't know. I don't know if he was working on the car.
So, Rick, you're saying this isn't necessarily the suspect, it's a person of interest, and there could be others.
You said they hadn't been inside the car yet, I guess, to look and see if there was any trace.
I think we're assuming that at this point. It's going to take a while to process that vehicle, to get it out of the crime scene and look at it. So I'm assuming they probably haven't had time to really inspect that vehicle.
Can you tell us where the gunshot wound was?
I don't know. I don't know.
So
I don't know that either.
But he's not officially dead.
I don't know. At last we heard he was not. He was being transported for medical attention. So whether he has deceased since then, I don't know.
But it's too soon to say that we should be thinking that this is over or resolved?
I would say yes. I would say it's too soon. I would say it's definitely too soon. We need to make sure. We need to make sure everything, everything's looked at, and that we know for sure what's going on here. But we don't want people to stop calling in if they see something or if they hear something. Like they said earlier today at the news conference at 11. We talked about if someone saw something, let us know. Let us know. It can really play an important part on this.
Did you give a time? What time you thought this happened?
Approximately 4:30.
4:30.
Approximately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you. That's all we have.
Alisa and her family. Whoa.
We are live at a press conference there in Missouri. That's the St. Louis, Missouri Police Department. You are hearing the latest. This little girl taken from her front yard, 4-year-old Alisa. Miracle. Alisa found in the last hours wandering alone in the evening shortly after our broadcast last night at a closed car wash. The perpetrator had taken the time and the forethought to chop her hair off to look more like a little boy. You just saw a video of her being taken into the hospital. Let's see that video again, Elizabeth. There you go, little Alisa looking just like a little boy, wandering alone at a closed car wash 80 miles from the spot from which she was taken, her own front yard. It is a miracle. Witnesses see that same dark-colored sedan pull up to the car wash. The girl gets out, and police are notified. Straight out to Roy Harrison, Alisa's grandfather. He's joining